what's up? This is JM, host of the Celebrity Grill podcast on iTunes, and you're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Network. All barbecue and grilling, all the time.
So to get that perfect barbecue, you use wood. Are you sure it's safe? Whatever. We put the lighter fluid on, strike the match, and... Oh, should we call the fire department? That might be a good idea.
Welcome to the Barbecue Central Show, the show where we talk about all things that are important in the world of barbecue. From big-name interviews with competitors on the barbecue circuit, grill manufacturers and pit makers, to advice on cooking brisket and ribs. You'll find it all right here on the Barbecue Central Show. Your host, Greg Rempe, is a backyard barbecue and grilling fanatic and loves to talk about his passion, which many of us share together. You can learn more about barbecue and grilling by visiting the website, thebbqcentral.com. Now, let's get in the smoke. Here's your program host, Greg Rempe.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Barbecue Central Show. This is the show that talks about all things important to the world of barbecue and grilling. We originate from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio. Officially today, it was marked as the barbecue capital of the North Coast. I'm your program host, Greg Rempe. Happy to have you aboard here for another great show. Let me give you some contact information in case you want to get in touch with me this evening. 877-448-0433 is the toll-free number to call in on. You can also email the show, greg@thebbqcentralshow.com. That information again, toll-free, 877-448-0433. Make a note of that. greg@thebbqcentralshow.com is the email address. Make use of that, too, if you want. Make use of both. What do I care? It's your show. I'm just here to facilitate the barbecue goings-on. Here's what's happening on the show tonight. In case you were wondering, coming up in about 13 minutes from now, we're going to be joined by, fingers crossed, really, Robert Magee from Munchin Hogs at the Hilton. We have tried to line him up the last couple times to no avail, but I have Skype tested Robert. We have been corresponding back and forth diligently most of the day today and just a few minutes ago. So he is ready to rock and roll coming up at around quarter past the hour. We're going to be talking about competition barbecue, the event he just competed in last weekend. It's all going to be fun and great stuff, plus some tips and tricks for the people that might be looking to get out on that circuit. So stay tuned for Robert Magee, Munchin Hogs at the Hilton, 15 past the hour. After that, Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and Barbecue. Look, Fred has a considerable business online, also a brick-and-mortar facility in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania. So I thought it would be a good idea to first check in with him. He's been a long-time sponsor of the show. He's a great guy. He knows that he's a very accomplished home chef, but he has a lot of items in his store under his inventory, and figured we'd pick his brain to see what has been selling best during this summer grilling season and barbecue season. So that's going to be 35 past the hour. 4-segment free-for-all, of course, filled with fun and succulent prizes to include frog mats, wood smoke products from Greenleaf Barbecue, Cosmos Q injection packs and soaks for you to choose from, and some new rubs and planks from the good folks over at bbqhooks.com. That's Marcia Fox and the great folks over there on the left coast. So that'll be towards the 10 till the hour. After Dark guests tonight, that's right, it's plural, guests tonight, Logan Hendrickson and Ryan, God, I hope I don't say his name wrong, Amos, I believe it was. It's either Amos or Amy's. Phone call would probably be better now that I'm thinking about it. That's all right. It's either going to be Amos or Amy's, and these guys are from Hot Grill on Grill Action, baby. Yeah! What a great name. Could be my all-time favorite team name ever, Hot Grill on Grill Action. They're going to be making a debut appearance on the debut episode of Barbecue Pitmasters, showing this Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on TLC. Check your local listings. Make sure that it's not going to be bamboozled around you. Do your due diligence, folks, and you won't be sorry. So that's going to be After Dark tonight. So we're jam-packed. 877-448-0433. Greg at the bbqcentralshow.com is the email address. Had a big conversation via Facebook. Do you not follow me on Facebook? Do you not friend me up on Facebook? Let's start doing that, because I like to throw out tidbits and get into little silly arguments. And, of course, I had a silly argument a couple days ago about grill marks, and I wanted to talk about this last week, but I figure I could carry it over to this week. Of course, last week I talked about it's time to clean out the grills, do your maintenance and all that stuff. Also, if you have the cast iron grade, do that maintenance as well. Well, that kind of led me into this grill mark, and I've been seeing posts about getting the proper grill marks and the handsome crosshatch of grill marks. Look, I'm not saying that a handsome crosshatch of grill marks isn't the red badge of honor amongst all grill masters out there. But if you're not a grill master right now, mastering the grill marks probably isn't where your head should be at. Properly figuring out how to cook the steak or the chicken or the pork chop that you're about to put in front of somebody for them to judge, whether it be out loud or quietly. Quietly is the worst because you never know with those people. Don't worry about the grill marks until you can master the cooking. It's like the competition barbecue pitmasters say in the show all the time. Don't worry about injections and rubs and sauces and all this stuff. Worry about learning how to cook the stuff right first. Do it properly. Make it, my favorite word, succulent first, and then worry about the aesthetics afterwards. And yes, I know that some people like to eat with their eyes first. But if you're eating with your eyes first and you're very excited about a steak or a pork chop or a chicken breast that has a handsome crosshatch of grill marks and it sucks because the cook didn't make it right, then what good are those grill marks? I'll tell you how good they are. Get it out of here. Learn how to cook the stuff first and then work on the aesthetics second. And to many, perhaps, argument the opposite side of this, which I will about to say. I don't even know what the hell I just said right there. Grill marks aren't really adding any flavor to the. I mean, they're little sear marks. Sure, it's caramelization. It could be a little flavor here. But if you're searing the whole piece of meat, whatever you're cooking, the whole protein, whatever you're cooking, that's where the whole sear happens. That's where the caramelization happens, the Maillard effect. That's where the taste is. It's really not from the grill marks. I've never had somebody go, man, that's some of the best tasting grill marks I've ever had in my life. Learn how to cook it first. And then worry about the aesthetics. That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't forget, this coming Thursday, which also happens to be my dad's birthday, so shout out to Bill Renton. He's going to be 78 years old this year. Just kidding, not 78. That was a joke. August 12th at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time stands to resurrect the Barbecue Pitmasters series, which we saw last year. So be sure to tune in and see how these first episodes come off with the new format. Look, personally, I'm excited to see it. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're one of the handful of people out there that were really pro first season format. And I can understand that. Look, it's something that you were able to take ownership of because you liked the competition barbecue aspect of it. You know, we're following teams around and you were getting to see how people were setting up and cooking during the process and what happens if something bad goes wrong and bad goes wrong. What happens if something bad happens? I get it. I understand it. I'm even kind of on that side of the camp. But when faced with no show or change the format, I guess you got to change the format. So let's go with something that obviously is very popular these days. You set up these cooking style competitions. And while it's not going to have the same format as last year, I'm eager to see what it's like. I want to see some of the folks that I know they're going to be on there. I've talked to Big Mista on, I've talked to him on the phone. I've talked to him through email. I've talked to him through Twitter. Obviously, Danielle Domofsky of DivaQ and Johnny Trigg I've talked to. I've had Myron Mixon on the show before. So a lot of these people that I have some contact with. So I have maybe a little bit more vested interest in just kind of seeing how the show comes off that maybe you don't. But I say this, give it 2 or 3 shows, see if you like the format. And if you don't like it after 2 or 3 shows, don't tune in. It's very simple to get your point across. Just don't tune in. Because as it's been said over and over again by the people that are really higher up in this whole production, that the barbecue community is very small in percentage of makeup in the watching of TLC. So 10 o'clock, August 12th, my dad's birthday, but the debut of Barbecue Pitmasters Season 2. Gang, quick reminder about the Ribolator. It's really flying off the shelves. It's literally flying off the shelves. Look, it's a 4-tray Ferris wheel of rotisserie wonderment. Get away from the restrictions of rotisserie-style cooking the old way. Don't be limited by that. Just be limited by your imagination. You can do that by getting the Ribolator, but you have to email the owner of the Ribolator to do it. info@ribolator.com is the email address to get a hold of Bob Garnash, and he will give you the uttermost secrets of how to get your hands on one of the most succulent tools out there when it comes to rotisserie cooking. Again, only limited by your imagination. info@ribolator.com or ribolator.com. the website to check it out for yourselves. We're going to come back with Robert Magee from Munchin Hogs at the Hilton. This is the Barbecue Central radio show presented by the 5th Annual Taste of the Deerfield Valley with Myron Mixon. CelebrateTheValley.com. We'll be right back.
Barbecue fans travel from all over the country and the world to learn the secrets of real pit barbecue from Grand Champion Pitmaster Conrad Haskins. Now take your skills to the next level with a Barbecue Institute Pitmaster class. You'll learn how to make sauces, rubs, and smoke mouth-watering barbecue every time you cook. Your new skills will impress friends and family. Internet forums, blogs, and Facebook are full of success stories from our graduates. Upcoming classes locations include Rock City Rib Fest, Rochester, New York, Lexington, Massachusetts, Lang Factory Test Kitchen in Georgia, Fort Worth, Texas, Fredericksburg, Texas, Houston, Texas, Monroe, Washington, and Kennewick, Washington. For more information, class dates, and contests we'll be competing in, visit www.bbqclass.com. That's bbqclass.com.
Central Lights, you having marriage troubles? Your kid's unruly and don't listen? Then you need the Ribbolator, because great barbecue will always bring the family together, and the Ribbolator always cooks great award-winning barbecue. You can try it free for 30 days, and if your family life doesn't improve, just send it back. Ribbolator even pays return shipping. But you need to take that first step. Visit Ribbolator.com to get started or call 206-999-0962. Don't you deserve a happy barbecue family?
Introducing Cosmos Q. Cosmos injections and marinades use only the finest ingredients, and they mix easily, never clotting or caking. From our beef injection to our pork injection, you're guaranteed to wow your friends, family, and judges. And don't forget to check out our newest marinade, Cosmos Chicken Soak, for that moist and tender chicken you're gonna love. You can find all of Cosmos award-winning products at CosmosQ.com. Cosmos Q, the new generation. Taste the difference.
Broadcasting live from the Barbecue Central Radio Network studios in Cleveland, Ohio. You're listening to the Barbecue Central Radio Show. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
We are back 15 past the hour. This is the Barbecue Central Show presented by the 5th Annual Taste of the Deerfield Valley. Myron Mixon headlining this event September 10th through the 12th in Vermont with a VIP dinner, cooking demonstration. There's a food festival, lots of delicious food to eat. Secure your spot today by visiting CelebrateTheValley.com. Do it. Big sponsor of the show. Appreciate it. All right, as promised, joining me now, talk some competition barbecue, offer up some tips for the backyard warrior is Pitmaster of Munchin Hogs at the Hilton. So let's go ahead and race over to the hotline. We'll bring him up. It's Robert Magee joining us here on the show. Robert, how are you tonight, buddy?
Boy, I'm doing great. How are you, Greg?
Robert, I have to say, it's finally awesome to hook up with you and talk a little barbecue. I know we've had some miscues here over the past couple months, but great to finally nail you down. And Robert, you competed in Olathe, Kansas this past weekend at that Wheel and Squeals Barbecue Challenge. You took a third overall. 66 teams in this event. Lots of big names smattered in there. So a third overall is great. But as Team Munchin Hogs at the Hilton, how'd you feel to cook one for you guys?
We felt really good about the contest. Of course, we're always hoping that we're going to win the contest. But overall, third felt pretty good. And getting just one good call, third place, and getting third overall, it felt that we did a good job. Was there anything unusual that happened over the course of the weekend that you had to contend with? Yeah, I'll tell you, that heat was a scorcher. I think it took a toll on everybody. When it's that hot, boy, you got to be careful. Has this been one of the hottest competition summers in recent memory for you guys? No, actually, we finished up one in trying to think which one it was. It was about 102 degrees and 110 in index. And that was, I think, 3 weeks ago. That's a hot one. I mean, you got to stay hydrated, otherwise it could be lights out. Yeah, I'll tell you, there's a lot of bottled waters you go through, that's for sure. Now, Robert, you've attained a good amount of success on the circuit. You've, at this point, with the pedigree behind you guys, of course, you've been Team of the Year in 2008. You're doing very well right now. Do you go into events expecting to do well and perhaps even win or get that reserve grand every time you're going in? Or are you at events sometimes still where you grip a little bit? Well, I'll tell you, every contest you go into, you're there to win. It's not to beat another team. Do we expect to win? No, but we expect to go in with good preparation and do the best we can. Would we like to win every time? Well, of course, Greg. Who wouldn't?
Right. Robert Magee, Munchin Hogs at the Hilton, joining us here on the show. You know, Robert, one of the things that really seems to have grown over the past 3-4 years or so is this proliferation of competition barbecue cooking classes. Wasn't long ago that perhaps only a few pitmasters are actually doing these. Now it seems like any team that wins or gets a call in a category is giving a class. You know, a lot of these guys on the circuit, you're friends with them. Have the classes really helped step the level of competition up, or has the influx of so many classes kind of diluted the benefit of taking a class?
I really think that the classes have stepped up the teams. It's made it a little bit more competitive. So it makes teams like myself go back into that bag of tricks and start reworking barbecue recipes to try to stay above everybody. I have not yet done any cooking classes yet, but I certainly understand why they're doing it.
All right, so let's say I could bust you out a check for $750. Whose class would you choose and why?
Wow, that's a good question. Have never taken a barbecue class yet, so I think I'll stick with my own recipes right now.
Yeah, they seem to be doing pretty good. We're talking with Robert Magee from Munchin Hogs at the Hilton. Robert, I did an interview a little while back with Ray Lampe. I've subsequently asked this question to some other pitmasters that I've had on recently. You know, during our discussion, we talked about these classes, and that led us somewhere pretty interesting. And he had mentioned, this was Ray, he had mentioned that with all the classes available, the originality of pitmasters with their own flavor profiles has become almost non-existent. I guess what I mean by that is that now you have teams that have taken a class, they're using the same profiles that the winning instructors taught them over that weekend, and certainly you can't fault the team for trying to duplicate what's winning. Competitions aren't cheap, so you want to get the grip to get some of that investment back during the event that you're there, wherever you're at. All that being said, do you think that competition scene is perhaps becoming a little more vanilla regarding those flavor profiles?
I agree with that. That's when I said you need to go back into your bag of tricks. The good thing that I have always felt comfortable about what we do in our cooking team is that I make my own rubs and all my own sauces. Everything is from scratch. So if I was to do a cooking class, I would be, showing everybody, my bag of tricks there. I think some of the cooking classes, they're telling you different sauces and rubs that are available instead of teaching some of the new barbecue chefs coming up what's really important. What's really important is how to develop flavors and create your own individual rubs and sauces that's going to separate you from the rest of the other barbecuers. Now, that's really hard to do. So, when that guy starts his class, maybe that's the one I'm going to take.
Now, competition teams out there that, I guess, competition barbecue has seen its share of evolution over the years. I mean, people never used to inject butts and briskets. Now it's all the rage. They never used to, brine or marry, whatever the case may be. It's kind of an evolutionary process. Do you foresee a time, and it sounds like you're one of these guys, as you mentioned, that there'll be a real push of the envelope with flavor profiles in order to make their product stand out more to the judges?
I really believe from, just over the past 3 years, from 2008 to today, that the flavor profiles are more bold to get the attention of the judges when they're judging. So, yeah, I think bold, spicy, sweet, and it's really got to grab the judges while they're taking a bite.
Robert Magee from Munchin Hogs at the Hilton joining us here on the Barbecue Central Show. Robert, many teams out there, or there could be a handful of teams out there right now that really have an interest in developing their own flavors. You guys, have mentioned, very successful in part because you're doing that whole thing. You're making your own sauces and rubs. Can you give us some insight? It can just be basic stuff, but can you give us some insight on how a team would actually go about building a successful flavor profile?
Well, that's a good question, Greg, and that's a long answer there. And I'll talk a little bit about something that has helped me out. When I first started off, getting the balance between sweet and salt and spice is the most important thing. And then the other thing is where you grew up and what's really important to you. While I came up in the culinary field, I spent a lot of time in Texas. So certain spices that I was used to in Texas has rolled into my rubs. So I really think that, where you've grown up, the flavors that you're accustomed to that are very exciting to you when you make those rubs are going to help you develop your your barbecue. So when you start with your rubs, then you can go into your sauce, and then hopefully use your same rub to roll into your sauce so everything comes together right.
And I would imagine you're on the same opinion that before all of that, you really actually have to know how to cook the meats properly.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. If you want to be in the top 10, you got to cook the meat right.
And I've heard from... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you got to learn how to cook the meat, you'll be in the top 10. And then if you want to be in the top 5, your flavor profile has got to be right. And then after that, well, I'd say in the top 3, you're kind of hoping on the judges after that.
One of the funny things that I hear time and time again from pitmasters, and I was wondering if you're one of the same that have answered in the past, a lot of pitmasters don't prefer the barbecue that they make at competitions. When they're at home, they cook it completely different. I'm guessing that has to do with the fact that you have to get that wow factor from the judge in the 1 or 2 bites that they're going to take. You in the same boat? Do you eat your competition barbecue, or do you not eat your competition barbecue at home?
I love my barbecue at home. I don't have a problem eating it as soon as I get home Saturday night, just so I can sleep for 12 hours after that. So I don't get tired of my own barbecue, but I definitely like to continue to develop flavors, because you never know when you're on your back deck and you're putting chicken back on that grill and you decide to barbecue and you just add that other different ingredient that may be a little bit off the wall, and then all of a sudden you're like, I got to try this.
So there's a lot of backyard cooks that listen to the show, Robert, and they're always looking for some tips and tricks to better up their barbecue ASAP. Are there any things that you could let us in on tonight that might help them get a leg up here for the upcoming weekend?
If somebody's not used to making sauces, I think it's really important to find out, something they like, or find a sauce that they do like, and they can build on that to start with, so they can add certain ingredients to that. If there's a certain fruit that they like, or go to an Oriental market, or to go to an Indonesian market, or something they grew up with, and add to that barbecue sauce to change it up. I think that's a great place to start.
Is there a great way to do ribs on the grill if somebody doesn't have a smoker? Do you have any advice about that?
Yeah, Greg, I wish I did. I don't know how to cook ribs on a grill.
It's tough. If it's not low and slow, it's kind of a tough monster.
I guess the only advice is to take your ribs. If you're going to finish them off on the grill, there is a certain point where you're going to have to cover them up with stock and put it in your oven, cover it with plastic and foil for an hour and a half to 2 hours until it starts getting tender, and they're going to finish it off on the grill. If they're cooking on a Weber, well, you can definitely do an offset on a Weber and get it done by just smoking it for 2 hours and then wrapping it for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it's going to come out great.
Robert Magee from Munchin Hogs at the Hilton joining us here on the show. Robert, are you a fan of grilling? Do you grill as well?
Oh, I love grilling.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite items to throw on there?
Oh, wow. Well, tonight we just had steak. My new thing is taking undesirable cuts of meat and making them taste good. So, one more challenge you have to do. We took sirloin, which is pretty good. We tenderized it, ended up throwing it on my Weber, and it turned out really good. So, how can you get that sirloin to taste even better than you would have if it was just grilled just naturally? But tenderizing it really helps it out. So, love going on that grill. Love doing smoked fishes. That's great. Cedar planks that you can find in any grocery store next to the fish department works great. Cedar, they've got maple, and all you do is just slide it onto your gas grill with your fish on top and let it burn and char underneath, and you'll get wonderful flavors all over your fish.
Yeah, big fans of the plank here at the Barbecue Central Show. A quick question coming in from Richie Allen wanted to ask me, or he wanted me to ask you about the surround sound system in your RV with his iPod. Sounds like you got a disco or something happening there.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. We've taken our RV and almost put a quarter of what it's worth into our stereo system. We ended up getting infinity speakers, both for the outside and inside surround sound. We've got an equalizer, power booster, and if we're going to go out and barbecue, well, you might as well listen to some good tunes.
That's right. Maybe next year we can get that disco ball. You'll be all set.
Now, I don't listen to disco, but
just for party effect. Just for party effect.
Well, I'll tell you, it would sure catch everybody's attention that night.
All right, Robert, I wanted to try this rapid-fire quick segment out with you, so I'm going to ask you, a question, and then I just want you to give me the first thing that pops into your mind. We'll do this in rapid-fire succession.
Okay.
Brisket, fat side up or fat side down on the cooker?
Fat side up.
Whole packers or briskets?
Whole packer.
Do you inject your pork butts and briskets?
Not pork butt, but I started briskets this year.
Oh. Do you pan your chicken?
Do I pan my chicken? Not sure what you mean there, but do I cover it up? Yes.
Okay. And finally, and this you could potentially win a prize with this. What is the semi-sexual sounding term that refers to taking the backbone out of poultry?
That's a good question.
You don't know it, do you? What's with you guys? Two pitmasters in 2 weeks. It's called spatchcocking. Yeah, baby. No? I thought that was like a common term around you big barbecue guys. I guess not. All right. Well, see, now you can just walk around. I'll send you a T-shirt that says spatchcock on it. You can wear it at the next event. It'll be fabulous.
Are you sure that's just not a Cleveland, Ohio thing?
Well, I can't vouch for that personally, but I certainly love saying it. My family loves saying it, and I've seen it all around these boards, but what can I tell you? So where will Munchin Hogs at the Hilton be competing next?
Oh, we're going out to St. Louis. We're going to be at the Pacific Missouri Barbecue Contest. We're actually going out 2 days early to enjoy St. Louis with me and my family. And hopefully we'll do real well. Last year we ended up grand champion there, so this year we're just going to hope for the best and see what happens. But it's supposed to be 100 degrees this weekend, so it might be one of those scorchers again.
Yeah, so be sure to hydrate. Robert Magee is the pitmaster of Munchin Hogs at the Hilton. Robert, always appreciate the conversation, insight. Since you came on, you get that Barbecue Central show karma, so hopefully that'll pull you guys through for that competition. But nonetheless, I appreciate you coming on tonight.
Well, thanks, Greg. We'll try to win this one just for you.
All right, I appreciate it. There he is. Robert Magee going to win one for me. Personally, he's going to dedicate that win. Robert, if you win, I want you up on the stage with a microphone. I want you to personally thank me. By the way, don't give me a shout-out because I'm not allowed to say that. I busted my mom's hump for that one time, and I just said it in the open. She let me know about that. So that was Robert Magee, Munchin Hogs at the Hilton. Great. Lots of stuff to react to there. Quick reminder before we break away here and get Fred Bernardo on the line about BBQ Teams Online. Look, the internet is not a fad, Centralites. It's not a fad. If you do not have an internet presence, then you are losing valuable exposure and perhaps money, revenues. Show them. If you're not a tech geek, no problem. For a small monthly investment, you can own your own spot on the interwebs, and you can start with a 30-day free trial. Doesn't get any better than that because Centralites love the free stuff. Fully customizable websites for you, made possible by bbqteamsonline.com. It's Mike Ryan at BBQ Teams Online. Fred Bernardo next. Stand by. It's the Barbecue Central radio show right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Networks.
Forget going from site to site to get all your barbecue and grilling supplies and make your first and final stop at fredsmusicandbarbecue.com. In the market for a new barbecue pit, we have all the big name brands like Big Green Egg and more. As a matter of fact, Fred's is staffed by eggheads and carries all the parts and accessories for the Big Green Egg. More of a pellet head, you say? Fred's is the pellet grill superstore with grills in stock from Traeger, Green Mountain, and Country Smokers from Louisiana Grills. Fred also carries smokers from Cook Shack, Bradley, and Weber as well as a full lineup of charcoal grills. And once you're outfitted with your new smoker or grill, you'll find absolutely everything you need to make your barbecue or grilling experience a success. Fred is also the creator and distributor of Tasty Licks barbecue products, including their great line of rubs, spices, and sauces. You gotta try them. You can also get your hands on a full lineup of marinades, accessories, lump charcoal, wood chips, pellets, chunks, and even the great grilling tools from Stephen Reichland of Barbecue U fame. Check Fred out on the web at fredsmusicandbbq.com or check out their fully stocked showroom in beautiful Shillington, PA.
Hey, gang, right here to talk about bbqteamsonline.com. Do you have a website? Get your barbecue team online. Visit bbqteamsonline.com for a high-quality, professionally made, fully customizable website. Easily display your team's upcoming events, start your very own online store, post event results, and show off those award-winning ribs in your photo gallery. Get your team online today by going to bbqteamsonline.com. Visit today.
Get in the smoke. Call 877-448-0433 to get on the air. Now, here Here's your host, Greg Rempe.
Welcome back, 36 past the hour. This is the Barbecue Central Show, presented by the 5th Annual Taste of the Deerfield Valley. You can meet Myron Mixon. Hit up CelebrateTheValley.com for more information. Also, good folks over at the Barbecue Guru, makers of automatic temperature control devices, not to mention a host of other products that make your barbecue and grilling life easier. 800-288-GURU is the phone number. TheBBQGuru.com is their interwebs address. Check them out. Good folks, the Barbecue Guru. All right, joining me now, a longtime sponsor of this radio show and one of the most successful and, more importantly, reputable internet retailers for all things barbecue and grilling. It's also the creator of Tasty Licks barbecue rubs and seasonings. Let's race over to the hotline and welcome back friend of the show, the smoking guitar player himself, Fred Bernard. Fred, how are you tonight, buddy?
Hey, Greg, I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing absolutely fabulous, Fred, and thanks for asking. So we're like almost halfway through August. I can't believe it. Time flies, especially this part of the year as we try to squeeze in as many barbecue and grilling sessions as possible. And you're one of the premier barbecue and grilling retailers out there, whether it be through the brick and mortar store in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania, or on the internet. So let's go ahead and hit that short list of what really seems to be flying off the shelves at Fred's Music and BBQ. What grills are working, what smokers are working, what accessories are hot? Give us the lowdown.
Well, Greg, I got to tell you, we had a wild season, which we're still in the middle of, and boy, it's hard to pick anything. With grills, we sell a lot of Big Green Egg. That's one of our main lines. So I would say that would probably be, as far as cookers go, the thing we're selling the most of. We also sell quite a few pellet grills, and usual other things like Weber Smoky Mountains and things. But we seem to sell more Big Green Eggs than just about anything else that we have in the store. And, as far as, we're big on accessories. We're more of an accessory and a supply place, but I got to tell you, it's been everything. We've been having trouble getting supply of some of the product lines and things, and we're just now digging out. So it's been a wild ride this season, shipping over 1,000 orders a month, and we're just a little operation. There's basically 3 or 4 people here. We try and ship all orders the same day we get them if possible, and I got to tell you, it's been some work, man. We were buried, so it's been good.
Always better to be busy than sitting on your thumbs, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
Fred, nobody knows better than you because you see all the grills and all the cookers that are out there in the retail market these days. Lots and lots to choose from. So if someone is in the market for a grill right now, as someone that is both in retail and internet consulting with these people, what advice do you have for people trying to take in what's the best thing to buy for them? What's the best item that they should be getting their hands on?
Well, I'm sort of an egghead, so I lean in that direction. But I got to tell you, when I first started this whole fiasco with my wife buying me a Big Green Egg as a Christmas present, and she wasn't sure what to get me. She thought she'd get me maybe a big black, and as she would say, ugly metal offset smoker, and which she dreaded putting in the backyard. She got on the internet and went to a forum and said, here's my situation. My husband, blah, blah, blah. He loves to cook and da-da-da-da-da. What should I get? And a couple people came back and said, get a Big Green Egg, which neither of us had ever heard of. And that was sort of the start of the thing because, it's really it's a versatile thing. Let's face it, it works good. And for the kind of customers, we sell to some real hardcore barbecue people, competition and things like that. But we also sell to a lot of I would say mostly backyard users. And the versatility and the quality of the product it produces is kind of hard to beat. When it really comes down to it, doesn't take much to learn how to use it. And we have a lot of videos on the website that show people how to use it, so that's real easy. We're real big on the sort of the backup of the products. But I must say that 8 out of 10 times I'm telling people to at least give consideration to a ceramic grill, and we happen to sell the Big Green Egg brand predominantly. So they've been around the longest, and they're the ones that are probably going to be around the longest. So it's a thing that I can sell them with confidence that they're always going to be able to get parts and blah, blah, blah. But really, we also sell to a lot of people who bake bread, pizza, big on the pizza thing.
Right.
And with a little bit of learning how to do it, you can produce really good results in that cooker too for that thing. So, backyard person can grill, smoke, bake, just everything but maybe cold smoke. And then we're in Pennsylvania, a lot of the country has winter. I mean, even California, in certain places. So it works good, So that's kind of the thing I tend to. I'm sort of the big green egg consultant in the company. I got another guy who's a little more happy with, a little more into like pellet grills and things. And I rotate. We have a big sort of a demo fleet of grills, one of a whole bunch of different kind of grills, and I rotate one in my backyard next to my big green egg. And I always wind up. Right now, I have 2 big green eggs back there. It just happens to be the way it works. But we use Smoky Mountains and all the different kind of pellet grills. More of the low end. We don't really get into the real high end pellet grills, though. I've been considering it.
Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and BBQ.com joining us here on the show. Fred, you also have a business in the rubs and sauces portion of barbecue and grilling. How are the Tasty Licks barbecue rubs and sauces selling right now?
Greg, I got to tell you, they've sold better than I ever could have dreamed. We sell mostly direct. We have a few retailers, specialty retailers in various parts of the country that, sell the line and stock it in their stores. But I'd say most of our business is direct to the end user, and I'm really quite amazed just the response that I've gotten on the things. The recipes most of them are mine. There's one that's my mother's. There's ones that my wife's, and we still produce them, in-house in our kitchen. And, I've had to buy bigger and bigger equipment because it's just, thousands and thousands of these things have been sold, and we get orders every day, and everybody seems to be pretty happy. So I think my philosophy of how I sort of designed the recipes, how to work with the cooking, have really kind of hit a good spot in the market.
Are you looking to get any bigger than you are now? I mean, will you take it as big as it grows, or do you always want to keep it to a certain size so you can kind of control everything?
Well, Greg, it's funny you should ask that, because I have a tendency to kind of get things rolling, and then I'm not real big on having a huge business. I don't really have the capabilities or the skills to, and I'm also sort of risk averse, so I don't really want to be like huge. And another thing, I had a barbecue guy call me and said he places products on like QVC and those type of things. And I have a burger rub called Burgermeister. That's pretty much a one-stop. You get your meat, you put it on it. It even has a little bit of tomato in it. You don't need anything else. You just put this stuff on, and it's really well received. And that would be a perfect product for me to go on QVC or something and demo and, sell to the average person. He started telling me the quantities I'd have to produce just to be ready to go. I mean, it's like 1,000 times more than I've ever done at one time. So I couldn't even do it. We couldn't do it. We'd have to farm it out, which is no big deal. We could have a package or package the product. It's really no problem. You lose maybe a little control, but I'm pretty confident in my palate that I could quality control it. But no, I really don't. I don't have any plans. But you never know. Somebody could come along tomorrow and, maybe I'd be one of those overnight success stories like Masterpiece,
There you go.
Or so I think everybody's waiting for that. Everybody that produces a sauce or a rub is waiting for that to happen to them. The big buck hit them all at once. But whatever. I'm content.
That website, by the way, tastylicksbbq.com. You can also find it at Fred's Music and bbq.com as well. Fred, one more thing I wanted to hit before I let you go. What I like about your site and the fact that you're really not afraid of the camera, whether it be showing a new product, doing some type of cooking demo, whatever it is, you really pump out the videos. So I was just wondering if you had any new ones in the works you want to tell us about.
Well, I got to tell you, I have a lot of video shot. Well, I've been on a stage since I was 12 years old, as a musician. As a matter of fact, the last couple of weeks I've been doing a lot of playing, a lot more than normal. But, yeah, so I'm certainly not stage shy or camera shy, and my videos are all extremely low budget, and I can crank them out pretty good. But I have a lot of video shot that I haven't had a chance to edit because, I do everything myself. So I just put a couple of quick pizza ones out with, in wood-fired ovens. We sell the Primavera, the Forno Bravo ovens. I just put a couple of those out, and a couple weeks ago I finally finished the pork butt epic, the Boston butt epic, which I had been talking about doing for years. I did it sort of a backyard type of approach using a big green egg, although, I did it pretty much the way Dr. Barbecue taught me when I went to his class years ago. And it's a 4-parter. YouTube has a 10-minute limit, so that's the hard part, dividing things up. But it's a 4-parter. It's on the website. So if somebody that's new to barbecue and wants to start with a pork butt, it's a great thing to cook for your first cook or something. They can go on there, and the 4 steps I have down exactly what you need to do it, how to do the injection. Of course, I'm pushing my products in there too, of course.
Of course.
But so you got to filter that out. If you can use any product though, we don't care. And so those are some of the new ones. But there's pizza ones coming out all the time on the Big Green Egg. I'm one of these days I'm going to do a real good one on pizza on the Big Green Egg. I was talking to Peter Reinhardt, the gentleman that wrote American Pie, developed a casual friendship with. He told me if I can get that perfected on a Big Green Egg repeatably, that you can repeat it every time, that I'll have a lot of interest. And I think I'm pretty close. So, that's what we're doing. Pizza videos, barbecue videos, grilling videos, anything I can think of.
And there's a huge archive of other videos as well that you can check out. And this is Fred Bernardo. He's the creator of the Tasty Licks barbecue rubs and sauces. He's also the owner of Fred's Music and BBQ, which can be found in beautiful downtown Shillington, Pennsylvania. Fred, always appreciate your time and support of the show. Thanks for coming on tonight.
Okay, Greg. Anytime, buddy.
All right, take care. Thanks. There he is. Smoking guitar player, baby. Fred Bernardo, Fred's Music and BBQ.com. I'm telling you, those videos are great. I love somebody that's not afraid to rip open a bag of charcoal at his expense and show you what kind of chunks you're getting, or this is what this cooker looks like as it's coming right out of the box, right off the boat from wherever the hell it came from. That's exactly what he does. So as I say in my testimonial commercials here during the spots that we run, a trusted online retailer is key when you're buying stuff online, and that is Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and BBQ.com. Quick reminder about Yoder's Smoky Mountain Barbecue, the leading online retailer of Meadow Creek barbecue equipment. Their barbecue smokers and grills are handcrafted in the Amish country of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and they help you enjoy easy and profitable barbecues for years to come. And you can check them out on the interwebs at Serious BBQs. That's BBQS, Serious BBQs. All right, we're going to step away, and then it's your time, Central Lights, your time to win free succulent gifts from the fourth segment free-for-all with your host, Harry Carey. So dial in now. Toll free, 877-448-0433. 877-448-0433. We'll come back with the fourth segment free-for-all. We'll get into the second hour with hot grill-on-grill action. It's Rampy and you right here on the Barbecue Central Show, right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Networks.
World Barbecue Champion and star of TLC's Barbecue Pitmasters, Myron Mixon, headlines this September 10th through the 12th at the 5th Annual Taste of the Deerfield Valley in Westover, Vermont. On Friday, Myron Mixon will demonstrate his world-famous barbecue at a VIP dinner and beer pairing at the gorgeous Hermitage Inn. On Saturday, Myron and former New England Culinary Institute executive chef Robert will be demonstrating their cooking skills at Mount Snow Resort. The popular Taste of the Deerfield Valley Food Festival, featuring live music, craft show, and taste from over a dozen of the best restaurants in the Mount Snow area, follows their demonstrations. Packages, including tickets and 2 nights lodging, start at just $159 per person. A portion of the proceeds will go to the Junior Iron Chef program. For more information or to purchase advance tickets, visit CelebrateTheValley.com. That's CelebrateTheValley.com. Sponsored in part by Celebrate the Valley, the town of Dover, G. Housen, 92.7 WKVT, Outside Television, Mount Snow Resort, and the Hermitage Inn. The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose, like ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-bay caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at TheBarbecueGuru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Big name interviews, advice on cooking brisket and ribs, and the only host willing to share his honest opinion on all things important in the world of barbecue. It's the Barbecue Central Show.
We are back 7 till the top of the hour. Barbecue Central Show presented by the 5th Annual Taste of the Deerfield Valley, headlined by Myron Mixon. Visit CelebrateTheValley.com to hook up with your tickets starting at 159 U.S. bones. Do it! Also by D-Dog's Barbecue Rubs and Sauces. Free shipping on all orders. DDogsBBQ.com is the website. Also offering 2 new products, a Texas-style barbecue sauce and jalapeno rib glaze. Oh, did I mention the free shipping, baby? That's right, DDogsBBQ.com. It's all free, baby. Get some today. You'll be glad you did. And remember that D-Dog's barbecue rub is better than ketchup. All right, let's play this fourth segment, Free for All. Hey, everybody. Harry Carey here. Okay, Tuesday. And I love Tuesdays. I love coming here to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Center. Okay, here's how we're going to play the game. I'm going to race to the phone line. I'm going to ask you if you want barbecue questions or not barbecue questions. You're going to tell me which one you want. And then I'll ask you 3 questions. You have 5 seconds to answer each question for your chance to win a succulent prize. That's pretty much how we do it. Okay, let's race to the phone. Area code 913. This is Harry Carey. Who's this?
Hey, Harry, this is Dave in Kansas City.
Hey, Dave, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing, Harry?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, Dave, do you want to play the game?
You bet. Let's play barbecue.
All right, barbecue questions it is, Dave. Here's your first question. Dave, tell me what the proper barbecue temperatures are when you're smoking.
200 and 275.
That's right, Dave. Question number 1 down. Here's question number 2. Dave, tell me, what's your favorite gas grill?
Weber.
Okay, you could have answered any question, Dave. That's what I said. And you're quick. Never mind. Okay, Dave, you've answered 2 questions right. It's time to answer the 3rd question. If you win it, you can win a prize. Dave, are you excited?
Oh, I'm super excited, Harry.
I know I am. Okay, Dave, here's the last and final question. Greg just had Fred Bernardo on last segment. Can you name the brand of his barbecue rub?
Tasty Licks.
That's right. Tasty Licks it is. Dave's a winner in all senses of the word. Okay, Dave, we have some succulent prizes for you to choose from. We have some frog mats. We have some Cosmos Q prizes. We have cedar planks. We have wild game rubs. And we also have El Capitan Santa Maria style seasoning. What would you like, Dave?
Let's go with the El Capitan.
Dave, Greg was so kind as to give me a bottle last week. And while my taste buds haven't been what they used to be, if you know what I mean, the rub is outstanding and you won't be disappointed with it. So, Dave, go ahead and send us the shipping info. Winner at thebbqcentralshow.com.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks for calling in, Dave. Beat it. I'm telling you, that El Capitan rub, the likes I've never seen or tasted before. Believe me, I've tasted some great stuff during my years. I don't taste so much stuff right now, if you know what I mean, folks. Do you know what I mean? Where's that damn button? Okay. Well, we're right in that weird in-between time where I could possibly take another call, or I might not. So it's up to you. 877-448-0433. That's the number to call the show. Dave just won El Capitan barbecue seasoning, so that's off the prize list. We have cedar planks. We have wild game rub. We also have some Cosmos Q. You can pick your choice of a pork or beef injection. He has chicken soak. You got a brand new product. It's called pork soak. That's right. Pork soak is great. All right, 877-448-0433 for your chance to win some fun free prizes. Doesn't get any better than that. Dave just won. You know, you can do it. People, I see you're there. You can do it. Don't be shy. Call in to win. Fine. Don't call in to win. I know what I'm not wanted. I know what you people are thinking of me. I'm sick and tired of it. Wait a second. Here we go. Area code 941. Name and where you're calling from.
This is Katie from Florida.
Hi, Katie. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How are you?
I'm succulent. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
All right, Katie, would you like to play the game?
Yes, please.
Would you like barbecue questions or not barbecue questions?
I would like to indulge in the not barbecue questions.
Okay, Katie. Name the sport that is in mid-season right now.
Baseball?
That's right, baseball it is. All right, Katie. In the reality TV show, Jersey Shore, name that annoying lady with a funny name.
That would be Snooki.
Snooki, that's right. I got some Snooki Lab. Never mind. Okay, Katie. Third question. If you answer right, you get a prize. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
I know I am. Okay, here we go. Third question. Katie, name the winner of this year's American Idol singing contest.
Oh. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry about that, Katie. Maybe you should know who won the American Idol singing contest if you're going to call into the 4-segment free-for-all. Hey, that's it. I'm running late. I got to go. All right. Sounds like another successful 4-segment free-for-all. Right? Harry? No? All right. Never mind. He leaves. He's out of here, man. Forget it. All right, we're going to break quickly for news. We're going to come back with Hot Grill on Grill Action. I just love saying that name. Hot Grill on Grill Action. Joining me for After Dark, so stay tuned for that. Thanks to my first segment guests, Robert Magee of Munchin Hogs at the Hilton, also Fred Bernardo of Fred's Music and BBQ.com. Also, congratulations to Dave for winning a fun and succulent prize during the 4-segment free-for-all. Stay tuned for After Dark. It's the Barbecue Central show right here on the Barbecue Central Radio Networks.